Hello and welcome back to SF, a Giants recap. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how the Giants are kind of at a turning point right now. It's not necessarily do or die at this point, but it's getting to June. We're getting deeper into the season. The Giants had to make changes. The offense was doing terrible, probably the worst in MLB, where we hadn't scored more than 4 runs since May 16th. And Buster and the front office finally made some moves, shifted things around, and the Giants were able to get a win, score 6 runs, and I feel like we're now at a turning point. And if something's going to happen, it's going to happen soon, and it's hopefully going to happen fast because the Giants, they need it right now. We're going to be playing, we have one more game against the Padres, then the Braves, then you have the Rockies and the Dodgers. You have to take care of business, especially with the Rockies. You have to go in there and hopefully sweep. Then against the Dodgers, if you can win that series, that shifts the whole momentum of the season and can get the Giants on the right track. But if stuff goes wrong and you're not sweeping the Rockies, you get swept or lose a series against the Dodgers, and then it's just kind of a free fall from there because this team plays off of momentum. And if that happens, it's not going to be a good day to be a Giants fan because the Giants are just going to collapse. So right now I feel like it's the big turning point for the season. And the Giants, they made moves. Like I said, Buster in the front office. They brought up Daniel Johnson, who did well in yesterday's game. He had 2 hits, scored 2 runs. That's a great shift. Patrick Bailey's seen his bat come back a little bit. He's been terrible, to just be blunt. He's been terrible for the past month or so. And finally, he's kind of shown a little bit of signs of being back a little bit. Still, his catching needs to improve. He drops basic strikes. He has a good arm, throws guys out, but it's just right here down the middle and just pops out of his glove. What catcher does that? Not Buster wouldn't do that. Any of the All-Stars wouldn't do that because it's just traditional. Your main job is catch it, then everything else comes after. And I feel like Bailey focuses a little bit too much on the other things. If he can just hone in on catching the ball first, then focusing on the blocking, the throwing out, the framing, then he'll be a good catcher. But right now, I've seen a little bit too much of those drop balls to where it's bad for the pitcher, it's bad for the umpire, because now he's looking for balls, and Bailey looks ridiculous back there. So hopefully he can get that fixed, and then his swing is getting back a little bit. Speaking of swings, we need to see Adames step up. He has done terrible, and on defense, especially yesterday. There needs to be some sort of kind of meeting with him of like, hey, step it up. You have to improve. You're the guy on this team that we paid, and you have not been playing like it. And he needs to show signs of improvement, or else it's going to be a long season with him as our shortstop. And Chapman at third, he had a little bit of a rough patch there, looking at way too many strikes. But yesterday he got the home run. He's looking like he could be back if he can just get that swing. He needs to swing more because if he swings more, he's going to see more results, be more aggressive. And I feel like that's this whole team right here. We have too many of very polarized players. Some of them go out there and they're swinging at everything. Like Elliot Ramos, he's been swinging at everything. He sees a lot of good results, but there are times where he's swinging at way too many balls and not seeing the results. So right now, he's in a good spot. Yesterday, he had that double. He had the 2-run homer the day before. He's been looking good. I trust Ramos. I'm not worried about him. But guys like Chapman, they can get in a little bit of slumps. Flores has continued to be solid. And the whole offense is starting to show signs. We DFA'd LaMonte Wade Jr., which I hate it because I love LaMonte Wade Jr., but it was needed. And it's obvious because he was struggling, couldn't get anything going. Right as it looked like he was about to get something going, he just went back to strikeouts, groundouts, pop-outs. It wasn't anything different, and we weren't able to see those signs of improvements to be able to, like, hey, we can stick with him because there needed to be changes. Casey Schmidt could add something on. We signed Dominic Smith to be a first baseman as well. So the Giants are making moves. I like them, but there's nothing really huge yet that the Giants have done. I think at the trade deadline, if we're kind of at the same range right now, like third place, only 4-5 games behind the Dodgers, one little thing could maybe shift. I think the Giants need to be buyers. But anything below, need to sell, reset the team, not fully rebuild, obviously, because we're at a solid point with Jung-Hoo Lee, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, and everything. But I'm saying as in like the little things. Sell the guys that you can get value back on. Build the farm system a little bit better. It's kind of weak right now. Stuff like that. We're at the trade deadline. If we're not in a good spot, maybe rebuild the farm system not necessarily rebuild the major league level, but rebuild the farm system, get guys that can be going, because right now at the AAA level, it's not looking too hot, but who knows? Maybe there is some guys who are going to start showing up. For the pitching side of the Giants, Randy Rodriguez, in my opinion, should be the new closer. He has a .66 ERA, phenomenal. He gets a lot of strikeouts. His FIP is great. He is the dominant guy. He has the heat. He has the breaking stuff. He has been consistent, and the only one that's been consistent this year. Camilo Doval he's had times, but he's done really well earlier in the game. When he's put in ninth, he's had some issues, especially as of the last week or so. Ryan Walker is not your closer anymore. Should be put in that 6th, 7th inning spot. Tyler Rogers has been consistent. 8th inning guy, I'm good with it. He has like a 1.7 ERA. He's been good. The Giants need to utilize him in that position. But in my opinion, Randy Rodriguez, try him out at closer. He got the save yesterday. He's the only one that's consistent enough. He's the only guy that has the heat, the strikeouts. He's using his mind. He's not like Camilo where he's just sitting out there, has no clue what's going on. He actually has the ability to be aware of the situation and know what he has to do. So I like Randy Rodriguez, and I would love if they would utilize him in that closer role, because right now that's the only spot in the bullpen that's kind of questionable. Everyone in the bullpen has done phenomenal. We have Eric Miller, who has a 1.35 ERA, obviously has done really well. Same with Camilo Doval, he has 1.67. Just that 9th inning, he gets a little bit too stressful, I feel like. Same with Walker. And so the bullpen has been the best part of this Giants season, maybe the best in MLB. It depends on the statistics you look at, but the Giants bullpen has been locked down, and you can trust them if we get a lead, but it's really the offense. The offense needs to get a lead. Jung Lee's been a little bit slump. He got a sac fly yesterday and a double, so maybe he's getting a swing back. And so I feel like right now we're seeing a lot more improvements than decreasing, because we were basically at rock bottom when it comes to offense. And yesterday's game, I feel like, is really the sign of we got the sac fly, so your manufacturing run. You got the double. Okay, now you're getting some base hits. You're getting some in the gap. We got a home run. Now you have the power. And the Giants are putting all those together, and you came back and you scored 6 runs. That is the type of baseball and type of offense the Giants have needed. And if you put it into the game and put it into play, the Giants are hopefully going to see more of those improvements throughout the season, especially soon, because when you have the Braves, Rockies, and Dodgers, those 3 are big, because Rockies, you can get a couple games up. Dodgers, if you can have a big series, that shifts the whole momentum for the team. And then the Braves, you can prove to yourself that you can be a solid team. Braves aren't great, but they are a solid team. So the Giants, they need to take advantage of this next week, because right now it's the time to flip a switch and get everything going. So that will do it for today's video. I just want to go over all of how everything's played out, all the moves that Buster and the front office have made, and hopefully how the bullpen and everything can shape up. And that will do it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time for a new SF Giants Recap video.